it's just not good. It's not good to do steroids ever, not even to lift that mini Volkswagen. And so they transferred me to UCLA because they did not have a brain oncologist in town. Now, this was in 2005. So I go down to UCLA, and he basically throws up my MRI and CAT scan and says, "You got 2 years to live. This is a very rare form of cancer. We don't even have research on it because less than 3% of the population get it." So I'm like, whoa, 35, 36, 37. I don't want to die at 37. Are you crazy? Okay, so here's your options. You can do radical chemotherapy, get into this research group, and you can do radiation, or you can just go see what happens. So I go back home, and I was talking to my family, and I was like, okay, so being an athlete, I look at everything like, it's Jolene, right? Like Jolene did, and I'm like, okay, so cancer now is going to be my worst enemy, and someone I'm going to fight. So I tried to think back. So I didn't want to say I had cancer because that's very negative. So I said, what can I do? So I remember when I was in kindergarten, swinging on a swing, just minding my own business, and this guy named Jesse Torres put a black cricket down my shirt. So when you're a little girl, you're not a big fan of crickets or bugs or anything, so I named my tumor Jesse. So from then on out, I was fighting Jesse. So I couldn't stand up for myself back then, but I could now. So for every 28 days, 5 days in a row, I did experimental chemo, and then I did radiation 30 days in a row. So I was I'm 5'8", and I probably was about 98 pounds at the end of the first 30 days. And basically what they do, if you guys aren't aware, chemotherapy is poison. So as it's supposed to be killing the bad stuff, it's also killing the good stuff. And your body's trying to reject it because it's poison. So for 18 hours nonstop, it was constant vomiting and retching, and there's just nothing left. And it's very painful. I know you told me. So it's not something that anyone should have to ever endure. So as I was fighting, I felt like I couldn't just lay down. A lot of people just curl up and they quit. You can't ever quit. That's not even an option. Even though they told me I was going to die, I wasn't going anywhere. There was no way because I wasn't ready. Two very wonderful teachers at my school, Kathleen Carstensen and Linda Hines. Can you guys give them a hand? They come to my classroom I guess it was like January of 2006, and said, "Hey Kelly, we're going to do Relay for Life in Silverado for you." And I was like, no. I guess I was scared because it was like all of a sudden now, even though everyone knew, I had to acknowledge that I had cancer. So they did it, and it was in May of 2006 when I stood on a stage. I had to get help on the stage. I mean, literally, I had no hair, just skinny, and I stood there with the microphone and just hysterically cried. Had no words to say what I was feeling. Now, 5 years later, I stand in front of you, and I'm going to try and give you a sports center version because I'm giving away my speech for Relay. I stand in front of you very strong, and although I did get teary-eyed and most of the speakers before me did bring me to tears, I'm proud because the people like you that were at that Relay that year, and we started this big movement, and the money that was raised, and the experimental treatment that I went through, it could not have happened without people like you supporting me and telling me it's going to be okay. I can't tell you how many times Kathleen and Linda stopped by my room and it was just like, you can do this, just keep fighting, just keep fighting. Across this whole city, people were calling me and emailing me and sending me letters and doing fundraisers. This is an amazing town. Like, Vegas gets a bad rap. It's all about, oh, Sin City. No, this town is amazing. When people are in need, we come together. And you guys and people before you came for me, and have always been there for me. And maybe you've never met me, but I'm worth it. Okay? And I'm telling you, all the survivors are so appreciative. I went through chemotherapy and radiation for 3.5 years, and finally just decided that I was done. I was like, I need quality of life. And so I stopped. I just stopped. I did everything my doctor told me not to do. I'm kind of ornery like that. It was just like I lost my taste buds. I couldn't enjoy food. I couldn't remember anything. I mean, nothing, because I had the chemo brain, and then I had the brain tumor thing going on. So I just stopped. I started working out again. started eating. Before I didn't eat anything. I just ate to survive. It would be like mushed up stuff, just stuff so I could take the medications I was on. About 3 years ago to this day, I took 26 pills in the morning and like 15 at night. Tonight, I'll take 3. I stopped all my wasn't working for me because it was not making me feel healthy. So, here I am, 3 years after death, post-death, because, you know, I'm supposed to be dead. It's terminal cancer. Nobody knows anything about it. You're only going to live to 37. I turned 40 in April. And so, in the Cancer Society, we celebrate birthdays. Because every day another birthday that someone gets to have as a survivor. And I never used to like birthdays. Oh my God, when I turned 30, I'm like, no, I don't want to be 30. When I turned 35, I was on my hands and knees begging God to let me turn 36, to let me turn 37. Once I got past 37, I'm like, oh my God, please let me turn 38. Every day, begging. I promise I'm going to do good. I'm going to take this opportunity to make a difference. And that's what I've done. And when I turned 40, I was like, thank God. And I'm not going to ask anymore because I know I'm going to be here. So I'm not asking. Now I'm asking for my fellow survivors for them to celebrate their next birthday. And as you guys are going through this process of fundraising, just know that you're helping people like me, Fernando, Jolene, millions of others that are affected by this disease are going to benefit because of you. How many of you have 10 or more friends? Raise your hand.